Okay, this is a video on how to factory reset slash just completely delete your StreetPass Mii Plaza save data. It requires homebrew. Normally, to do this, you would need to factory reset the entire 3DS itself. You can delete the extra data for StreetPass Mii Plaza and delete all the individual save data by going to other options, and then it's all here. This is my Japanese 3DS capture card. That will not affect your ability to do this stuff though, because it's all going to be through homebrew. This is mainly for the purpose of speedrunning, but I know some people out there want to completely start over Street Pass sometimes. They get a used 3DS, but they don't want to factory reset the 3DS. So you can see here, I have a pretty full plaza. I have a population of 598 and 391 tags. This is all just speedrun stuff. You don't gotta worry about the army of Chibi Brobos. But we're gonna exit the game. And that was just mainly to show that I had data on it. Now, normally you would go to system settings and do this, or just do it in the game, but for our purposes, we're going to be using JKSM Manager. You can also use the FBI homebrew thing. We are going to be using that. You do need both. Or one or the other, sorry. Not one or the other. You need FBI, you can use JKSM to make this part easier. You're going to go to System Titles, StreetPass Mii Plaza, System Save, press Select, and then go to meet.dat. You're going to press X and delete and say yes. Go back, press select to get out of this. Go back again, go to extra data, select. Well, this one, it would be faster to just delete the extra data in your system settings. But if you want to make sure that everything is gone, you can do it here as well. So that's just what I'm going to do real quick. Don't mind this. This is a folder I messed up one time, so I'm just going to get rid of it. But you can just mash, maybe not mash, but you can just keep pressing delete over and over again. You don't have to select every individual file. This is where all of your DLC save data are. So like slot car rivals, feed me, etc. These can be deleted through other means. You don't have to do this, but might as well while you're here. Now we're done. Now we're done at JKSM. So now I'm just gonna show this. If you were to open up StreetPass Mii Plaza now, deleting the extra data and the main save data, you may notice. Well, actually, I can't. I'm gonna have to go through the initial setup to show what I mean. But if you do this, you will get a new plaza and it will do the opening setup. Where it's welcome, do you want to enable Street Pass? Just go through all this. Yes, I would like to enable Street Pass. Like, please select a Mii to represent you. Just select my Mii here. Yep. Yo. It's going to ask you for some basic stuff like a greeting. And you may think, oh, I did it. I reset my Street Pass data. It's great. But once everything's enabled and set up, just ask me if I want to enable Spot Pass. You get into the plaza. Oh, I have a population of 382. And we obviously don't want that. Those Miis are all from before, and they don't mess with, you can't use them in game. Like for Find Me, Battleground Z, Slot Car Rivals, if you try to use play coins, it will say you don't have anyone. But this still isn't a stock plaza. And it's gonna go through the animation there if I'm unlocking all the games, so I'm just gonna back out. So what we want to do is, first of all, I'm going to clear that save data again, but we're going to end up going to, let me just get rid of this. We're going to end up going to the NAND. So I will say in advance, back up your NAND. I will not be responsible for any foolish decisions made while editing the NAND. Back up your NAND entirely, just to be safe. We will be going over steps you can do to back up the files, but back up your NAND. So we're going to go to FBI, and if you didn't back up your NAND when you modded your 3DS originally, you can do it here in FBI, you can just dump NAND, but what you're going to do is you're going to go CTR NAND, you're going to say yes, you're going to go to data, this is your private ID, I believe, this is unique to every 3DS, extra data, this folder, F, and then it starts with F, ends in B, this is like spot pass related data to the Miis, you go into this folder of all zeros. And now you'll see everything here except for these -Bs. These are my backup files. Basically what you gotta know is the one ending in 5 and the one ending in 6 is all of the Mii data on your 3DS. This includes every Mii you've ever street passed and every Mii you've made in Mii Maker. So what you can do, instead of deleting them like I'm going to do, you can click on them and say rename and just rename them to something else, and then that way that's like making a backup. When you launch your 3DS next time, it will automatically create new files. So I'm going to delete these two files. And then the other file that you probably should get rid of / rename is the one ending in 3. This is all of the data of people you have StreetPass, like last played software and stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and do, like, this is what you would do if you were just renaming it to make a backup. There you go. And then I'm gonna restart my 3DS entirely because it can crash, you know, modifying system extra data like that. If you just exit FPI and it crashes, it's fine. Just press the button to turn it off and then turn it back on. And then once it's back on, we should have all of the Miis erased from our system. And you'd be like, oh, I'm just going to StreetPass now, it should be good. However, because you have deleted every Mii from your system, including the Mii Maker, it's going to give me an error message saying, you need to go make a Mii. So I'll show that real quick. Yeah, it says you need at least one Mii to use StreetPass. Please go to the home menu. So that's how you know it'll be successful. Again, if you don't want to, if you back up your Mii Maker or just make QR codes, however you want to do it, but make sure you back up your NAND in the file that I mentioned. So we're going to go into Mii Maker real quick. We're just going to make a quick Mii. Let's give it a random character. Fune, I guess. And now we have a Mii. We can go into StreetPass Mii Plaza. That's funny. Something just fell while I'm waiting for this. Don't mind that. I managed to catch it. So what I get for drinking water mid-recording. Okay, now we're in the plaza and we have the initial setup. Now that we have an extra addition, one Mii at all. We're gonna say yes to enable StreetPass. We have our one Mii. Select them. It's gonna ask us to make a custom greeting. Just put whatever. Smash through. And then quickly, we can see the plaza real quick. It should be empty. Completely empty. Mii population 1. And without resetting the entire 3DS, we now have a clean plaza. Now, you made me think about the DLC. If you have the DLC installed, it should just do this. It should automatically go through and unlock all of them. You don't have to worry about, like, installing the StreetPass VIP. The one problem with this is I now have to watch every single game appear, and it give me the hat for every single game. But I don't need to go through this. You can see in the bottom screen that we have Fast Plaza unlocked. It's ready to be speedran. This is gonna be the required steps for resetting the entire plaza's data for doing full StreetPass game speedruns, which are estimated to be around 14 hours. But maybe someday one of us will do that multi-game run. This is also useful for running Find Me with the chests, because once you get those hats, you can't unget them. You might actually be able to do that. I did it for Find Me 2. I don't know about Find Me 1, though. I hope it helped.